everybody, and welcome to the Weatherboys podcast. I am Derek Kevra. That is Alan Longstreet, and together we make up the Weatherboys. Alan, can you be compelled to join the podcast, or are you texting? Or
I thought we were going to do. I thought we said the Weatherboys together in unison.
We've never done that. Not one time. We
talked about. This was the.
Weatherboys. Yeah,
See?
it's awful.
You know what I mean?
Terrible. We're never doing. We're
two
going to
peas, one pod.
edit that out. Hey, thank you again. And I know we said it a couple times now, but that intro, that song played by the 3148s.
Yes.
And we have a special guest that can speak a little bit more on that coming up in just a second.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Well,
oh my gosh!
Do you think that part away?
Wow. Do you think maybe it's like a fighter pilot from the Navy?
Could be.
Yeah,
we'll see.
What'd you do today?
I
complimented my hair.
I had a good day. Coming off of kind of a rough day. Yesterday, did a lot of work in the garden yesterday.
Oh my god!
Got stung by some bees and got poison ivy.
Wow!
So that was a fun afternoon.
Wow. Are you? And you made it to work today?
Thought about taking a sick day.
Oh my gosh!
Do you? I heard a story one time of a friend of a friend who called in sick for poison ivy. Did I tell you that story? Friend of a friend called in, said had poison ivy. I won't make it into work today.
There was a kid I went to school with who did that and
then he showed up just fine the next day.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder.
Well, you know what? Not everybody's body works the same, and I know your blood's not very good. So blood has healing properties, and yours probably takes longer to heal than other people.
My family's out of town.
Are you going to not respond to me at all during the podcast? You're just on occasion.
If you start bringing up more interesting things, I think I may respond.
Your hair looks nice.
Thanks, buddy. No, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Well, we had a shoot today. Alan and I had a shoot today.
I don't know if we're doing that or not.
I think we can. We had a shoot, and we just got back from it, and so I look a little disheveled. Thank you.
I don't look disheveled. Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It was good. So here's during the summer, we don't really have the time to do a full on Weatherboy story because that does take a lot of planning, prep, and these kids are off during the summer. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to balance everything.
Plus your poison ivy.
Plus
we battle all sorts of ailments.
Mm-hmm. So what we decided to do was for the summer we were going to do these secret summer adventures where one person would know what we were going to do. The other person would be completely left in the dark.
Yep.
And then you would get swooped up on this adventure and you'd be thrust into it. And that was kind of the crux of it. And we taped the first one today.
We did.
And the next one we're probably going to tape in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So yours is done. We don't speak of it yet.
No.
What the thing was, but it involved suits and sweat and sun on a rooftop.
And a lot of fear.
Yeah. And some zip ties. Yeah. I think that's enough.
It did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your summer's going good? You with the girls and any trips planned?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're hitting up one of those inland lakes. I don't know which one, but it's somewhere on the west-ish side of the state with the old families. And that's coming up. That'll be great. It'll be fun. Fantastic.
My family's gone.
Yeah. Oh,
I am living the bachelor life.
Yeah, you are. And do we? Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, it was last week-ish. I don't know when this is.
It was. And it was a big one.
Yeah. Yes.
40.
Great. That's fantastic.
There it goes.
Yeah.
And as the eldest in the room, I've got some life advice for both of you guys.
Please, what do you got?
I got to figure that part out.
What you got?
But my family, so every year my wife volunteers at the summer camp down in North Carolina. Why does she do it in North Carolina? Well, when she was a kid, that's the one she went to. So she has always wanted to volunteer as she became an adult. And as a volunteer, you can bring your kids and they get to go to the camp for free. So every year they go down there for 2 weeks. I take them down. I stay for a couple days, I skedaddle back home, and then I have the bachelor life for a week and a half, and it's pretty great.
This is nice. It's not as if they're gone and you're yearning for them. You're kind of thinking hey, guys,
how do I answer that?
Don't come back. You're you're good. Stay there for a while. Do they have any year-long programs? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course I miss them, but
change the locks yet?
I've been getting a lot of work done around the house, including the whole poison ivy thing and the bee stings. But I've been getting a lot done, and there's something about when you leave the house, you leave it in a way, and you come back home, and it's the exact same way you left it, and you forget how nice that feels.
Dude, day one when they're gone, you clean, and then the rest of the time is just doesn't matter. You're beautiful.
You're doing only your own laundry, only your own dishes. There's something, you forget that part of your life ever existed because for the last 8-9 years now, it's you're always caring for other people.
Sure.
And so it's a nice feeling. I mean, it's nice to get a brief taste of it, small taste of it once a year or so.
Little recharge. Yeah.
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 Our guest today knows a little something about that because he has a family. We'll talk more about that.
About a recharge?
No, about having a family and
Gotcha.
balancing all that stuff. On the show today, we are joined by Greg Jones. He's a Michigan trial attorney by day and the lead singer of a Detroit rock band, the 3148s by night. And we love these guys. Whether he's in a courtroom or on stage, Greg brings sharp energy and a voice that cuts through. The 3148s, named after a Michigan insurance code. There's a story there. Blend punk, Americana, and grunge into a raw, emotional sound that has earned them a loyal local following. We're going to talk a little bit about the law lyrics and what it takes to juggle all of that. Everybody, please welcome Greg Jones.
Yeah, Greg.
Well, thank you. That's a very nice intro. That is the nicest thing anybody in your family has ever said.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't bury the lead too long here.
Sure.
Greg, not only is he a accomplished attorney, lead singer of the 3148s, he's also my brother-in-law.
There you go.
Nepotism.
Yeah,
Yay!
right? For the win. That's right. You kidding me?
That's where we got it.
Yeah, Greg has married my youngest sister, Jeanette, and there's a story. You guys, where did you tell the audience how you guys met?
We met at Eastern.
Careful.
Yeah. It was our first night at Eastern, Michigan, where we both were enrolled for collegiate programs. And we went there and we were playing cards and stayed up all night talking. And then it was some weeks later that she informed me she had a boyfriend. I don't know how that didn't come up that first night. I'm not trying to blow her up there. But no, it's been true love ever since.
Right, that's the makings of a classic American love
I'm
story.
sorry. Freshman year, you said the first week?
Right away.
Right out of the gate.
Right away.
That is a lovely story. As much as I want to make fun of it, that's a beautiful thing.
Tricked her. Got her.
Well done.
Some people like to spend their college years exploring who they are.
Yeah.
And some people meet the first day of school and say, I'm just going to marry this person.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it done. He knows. He's a man of certainty. He gets it, man.
Greg, the 3148s, the intro song to the Weatherboys podcast is sung by none other than you guys. First off, thank you.
You're welcome.
We
You're
love
welcome. Singing is a interesting word to use there. There's a lot of shouting.
Well, it's interesting because I wanted to really dig into the artistic frame of mind you were in when you wrote that, because the song starts Weather Boys, followed by Weather Boys,
Sure.
followed by
What's next?
Weatherboys.
Wow.
So how did you come up with that?
Well, you can hear there's a bit of Dylan in there.
Yeah, for sure.
You take a lot of
Those
inspiration
lyrics.
from the Bard.
The bar.
Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. It's really all.
Yeah, I can tell
all
you're a real
wrapped into
brainy
it.
one, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But that was all kidding aside. I mean, I did approach you and I said, can you guys write us a jingle? Just like that, you guys came up with it. And it's such an interesting thing because I've watched you over the years write music. It's amazing to me because there's no musical bone in my body. I can't hear it. I can't sing it. I can't write it. You do all of that. Where does it come from?
I don't know. AI mostly. No, I mean, that is sort of interesting. That's where things have gotten. That there's like all these AI bands and things. But no, I mean, you just kind of mess around with stuff. And our process, we definitely do it like in the room with the band. And it just kind of grows organically.
Well, the weirdest part that I don't know if you guys mentioned, I don't pay much attention. I don't think you said it yet, though. You're a lawyer, and your whole band, you're a bunch of lawyers.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That to me is like, you guys, well, because when Derek first told me about you, I had met you, and I went to your rock show, and he's like, my brother-in-law, he's a lawyer, and he's got a bunch of lawyer friends, and they're going to play some stuff. You guys were really good. I had an idea in my head. I was like, look at these. Yeah, I'll go. Are you kidding me? Let's have a beer. It was delightful. You have a stage presence. You were up there. I think you had some sort of flashy jacket or pants. I don't remember what it was.
Always.
But it worked.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, we are a bunch of goofballs. You don't take ourselves like too seriously, but yeah, you try and put on like a good show. I think you have to. Like we're talking about the AI thing. Like increasingly, that's the only thing you're going to have as a band. Is
live music.
Actual live music.
Oh, right, sure, yeah.
The robots are taking over.
And there was like a point where you made the decision that, guys, we have to actually have a stage presence. Because your first couple of years, I remember those shows. You guys were in jeans and T-shirts, playing music. But then at one point, I went to a show, and you're all wearing these like jackets that are flashy, and it's like, oh yeah, rock bands have a style.
Yeah, we started off. This is all kind of like an accident. So like we started off just playing covers. We just get together like in my basement and just somebody would say, I like this song, and we would just play it. And then at some point, somebody asked us to play a show and open for them, which we hadn't thought to do. And so we did that, and then kind of flowed from there. And then, at some point we had an opportunity to record a song in a studio. So we're like, I guess we should write a song so we can record it. And then we just took the roughs from that and just put it on the internet, because why not?
Okay, hold on a minute here, right quick. We just decided to write a song. Were you guys in a band before? Like, did you, like, obviously you could, you sing, do you play too? Like, you guys had these skills.
Yeah, we all kind of, like, I play guitar. I'd never played, like, in a formal band in any kind of way.
You kind of dabbled with the guitar, right?
Yeah.
Like, you had, like, an acoustic guitar, and you would play it. You go on vacation.
Like the guy at the campfire.
Yes.
Oh, there's Greg again. Uh-huh.
But then you started buying electric guitars, and you started up, like, and then I remember you would actually, like, you devoted the time to it.
Yeah.
Were you ever trained?
No, a couple lessons when I was a kid. I started playing when I was a teenager, because I wasn't going to get any girls with my athletic ability, so I thought you got probably figure this out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Worked for you real well.
Tricked your sister, right? Sure did. So, it was a little bit of that, but then, it just kind of grew organically. Like, we started just getting together and hanging, and then, we all kind of have, like, a different background and a different sort of musical taste, and it all kind of melds together into something. And, it just took off.
So you started recording songs, and then at some point, they end up getting played on the local radio. And I distinctly remember the time where the first song was played, because I went out and sat in my car, and it was on the riff.
Yeah.
Sunday night?
Yeah, they do Motor City Riffs.
Yeah. And so I sat out there for like 45 minutes, and I just waited, and sure enough, they introduced this all lawyer rock band from Detroit called the 3148s, and your song's on the radio. That was a surreal moment, huh?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I went out and sat in the car, even though it's all streaming on the internet.
Sure,
I was like, no, I need to turn a dial.
Yes.
And that was really exciting. It's cool. And they've been great. They've been playing our stuff. They just played a couple songs this last Sunday, kind of prepping for shows and stuff like that. So it's been great.
Back to Alan's question about writing music.
Yeah.
I know your interests because I know you, but you're a history buff. I know that you have gotten sucked into the Dan Carlin history, 6-hour marathon of a podcast. That leaks into your music a little bit, because there's a song that you have written about the French Revolution.
Wait a minute. It's not just a band of lawyers. It's a band of lawyers who sing about the French Revolution?
Yeah.
Oh, my, no way. Let's go.
I know. It's a little cliche. We're just doing that old trope.
That's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does. It definitely leaks in is pretty generous. Sometimes it's sort of ham-fisted, where it's just like, well, I guess what podcast Greg's listening to. That's pretty easy to figure that out.
Yeah, because there's another song that you wrote about the flood of Noah's Ark.
So we've got one. That was the first one that I wrote. And that one it's about the flood, but if it was written from a perspective of somebody who isn't Noah, who at first is very excited that, this drought's going to end. We got some rain. And then eventually is pretty upset about it.
Okay, can I say something? Because I've been to, I think, 2 of your shows, and I think when I hear this conversation, as if I've never heard your music, I think, are you Weird Al? Like, what are these songs about? And I'm not the most musical guy, but, like, they're good songs. Like, they're catchy songs. Like, you weave, I didn't know that's what you sang about. Mm-hmm. Like, you weave it in a way that, like, if you're listening, people, listen to the music, because I think it doesn't sound the way that I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it's some of them are a little, if you really listen to the French Revolution one, it's called Guillotine. And then as you go through it, it initially I think was kind of started with the thought of like, there's some sort of parallels between like modern society and the division there, and like wealth and equity and what was happening prior to the French Revolution. And then, it just sort of ended up being like kind of a rap about Marie Antoinette. And so these things happen,
These things, right.
And other stuff maybe not quite so ham-fisted,
But Alan is right in the sense of the way you guys do it is it's a legit rock show. Last year, so I guess we should back up even more. You guys play a lot of shows, but every year kind of it culminates. Your year kind of culminates with the event that you started called Lollapalooza.
Right.
That is happening this Friday, August 1st. Well, why do I tell you? Tell it.
It's this Friday, August 1st.
There you go.
Got it. You nailed it.
You guys are really, oh my God, you guys are very impressive. Wow, what time? Do we get to know that?
So it's at the Magic Bag in Ferndale. Doors are at 7. Music kicks off pretty shortly thereafter. And And it's, that nice kitschy punny title, Lollapalooza, because but we got other bands that are lawyers and other acts that are lawyers. So this year we've got the Common Scolds returning. They're excellent. They do lots of different cover songs all through the eras. Cameron Ghetto plays an acoustic set. He does an excellent job. And then we've got new to the lineup this year. We've got D-Rock. So Dave Dykey, he's a trial lawyer, and he's an MC, does some hip hop. So he's going to come out and do that show, and then we come together, and it's all to raise money. So every year we pick a different cause, and we pick something else that we want to raise money for, and we get sponsors and people who will put money into it. We get people to donations, and then whatever we make at the door just goes right to the charity.
So this was an idea that you had 5 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
And where'd that come from, and what were you hoping it would be?
I mean, it's kind of grown. It initially, you start off and you're like, boy, it would be cool to like play in the corner of a bar like once a year. And then you start thinking, you're like, oh, we can do that. Like we could do that more frequently. And then you have a couple of gigs with like an other, lawyer band, and you realize that like all your colleagues and friends and people are coming out. You get a slightly bigger crowd, and you start to think like, well, we could do something good with this. We all want to help people. That's generally speaking why you become a lawyer.
Joke in there.
Yeah,
joke in there.
Right. It depends on who you ask, but that's pretty much the reason why you join that up. So, you have this opportunity. It becomes a good networking event. Lots of local lawyers and judges and people come out, and so even if you don't really care about the music, if you're kind of in the industry, it's good to come and check that out anyway. So that was like good from that perspective, and it was just an opportunity. So, we reached out. Now this is the 4th year that we're at the Magic Bag, I think, because we had a couple other ones that were in different venues, kind of smaller other venues. Mm-hmm. And then since the Magic Bag, we had reached out to Andy there who does the booking. And, initially we were just like, hey, we're kind of thinking. He's like, yeah, why don't you book it? Let's do it. And they've been excellent partners through it. They promote it, and they let us come and do it. It's such a cool venue to play. I mean, it's one of the best in the area.
What charity is the charity of choice this year?
It's Kids Without Cancer. So they raise money for, children's and everything around there. In terms of doing some of the research and providing funding, for kids who have cancer, cancer.
Great. I was gonna when I had sent out the invitation to everybody, because I sent it out to Alan and all my friends, and I said the charity is Kids Without Cancer, and the response was, do you think maybe we could raise money for kids with cancer?
Yeah, that is sort of sort of the joke. It's like that at the door. They're like, hey, we got some money for you. You don't have cancer, do you? Right. I just want to make sure. No, they do. They excellent cause, and they're local. So, which is always nice to partner with somebody that's local. We've done like national things in the past too. So it's kind of nice when they're right around, and the money goes to right in the backyard.
It is super fun. I MC the event. We try to get Alan to MC it every year with me. He always has some excuse that he throws out, usually like the day before, why he can't make it. Are you coming this year?
I should. No, it's this Friday. No, I get my kids at noon.
It's an all-ages show. They could come and learn about the French Revolution.
They would love educational.
That.
They'd love to learn about the guillotine. That would get them in there. Are you kidding me? There's a thing that people used to chop off heads. They would love. Let me see a YouTube video about that, Dad. Yeah, great. So what? Like, are you? I know that you're a lawyer. Do you do like? Are you a trial lawyer? Are you in the courtroom?
Yeah.
Like, what's scarier?
I was just in a deposition this morning.
Like that, or on the stage, or neither, or both, or kind of the same?
They're different. They're definitely different. And it depends on what stage you're kind of at. I mean, a lot of the courtroom stuff you get used to, and it's like your day-to-day. Trials, being in front of a jury, there's always the stakes are way higher.
Sure.
I mean, the worst thing that happens is people boo your French Revolution song, and you're kind of like,
right, sure.
I get it. I understand. Where, if you're representing somebody and you're, something bad has happened to them and you're trying to rectify that, and, you want to do your best. So the stakes are a bit higher, and it's different, but it's kind of, it's a different thing. It's performance in sort of both ways. You got to lean into it.
You over the years, I've witnessed, because I've been going to your shows now for 6, 7, 8 years. Your performance has upped a bit. Like when you first started, it was, you played the guitar and you sung. And then I think at the last show, you jumped down to your knees, put your back shoulder blades on the floor, and played from your back. Like, do you practice that type of thing?
Here and there. Some of that's a little difficult to do all the time.
A wise man once told me that practicing is cheating.
Yes, it is. So practicing is cheating. I only ever play the guitar live.
That's it. Yeah. Those songs are off the cuff.
Yeah,
There's no premeditation.
That's right.
But you jump into the crowd, you play into the crowd. You guys recently went down to Texas and you play, or no, this one was here. Maybe it was both. You walked out of the bar you were playing at and played on the street.
Yeah, we did that. We did that out in Corktown, where I had a new wireless system, and I was like, "Let me test this out." And walked out and played out on Michigan Avenue, which was fun. But yeah, I mean, you kind of have to practice some of that stuff as much as you can. You realize like it's better to bring more energy when you're in like rehearsal, because you're not going to do it for the first time in front of a huge crowd.
Sure.
You know?
But that's got to be tough in rehearsal, because I feel like rehearsal is rehearsal.
Yeah.
Like you're just, let's just get this down and make sure we got it down. Like to put on a show for nobody in rehearsal, right? That's what you're doing.
Yeah, but you just have to, I guess, commit to do that. Jay, our bassist, we've got kind of like a heat check moment in our set list usually, where somewhere early on, if any one of us is just sort of blah, and this has happened on stage.
Oh, that's great.
Where I just look over and he's just screaming in my face, and then it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, it's time to, you gotta show up.
Okay.
So that happens in rehearsal sometimes too.
Do your kids? How many kids?
I think there's 3.
3 of them that you're aware of.
Count,
I can confirm.
Do they?
There are 3.
Do they think you're cool? Because I think you're cool.
You know, they still do.
That's fantastic.
It's great. I'm setting a timer, because I know that there's going to be some point where they're no longer interested in going to school and be like, "Dad's in a band and I want to hear his songs."
Right. How old's the oldest?
He's 10. He's turning 10 soon.
Okay. So you're soak these in the last few years in.
They walk around
8 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Actually, he just tweeted about you. Yeah. It was not kind.
The kids will walk around wearing 3148 T-shirts and stuff like that. But Alan brings up an interesting angle here. How do you have time to do all of that? Because you run your own law firm, you are in a band, you are the point person for Lollapalooza, and you are a father and a husband with kids that are involved in everything.
You know, the timing has a lot to do with how much of a saint your sister is, and how, it's pretty great. I mean, she really helps, obviously, and she's very understanding and cool about it. She knows that this is like, kind of a passion and are there. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely times where you think, okay, this is kind of a lot, but you just keep doing it. I mean, you get your kids, you got everything, you run around.
Yeah, but I'm not in a band. I'm not in a band. I'm like the lead voice of the band, the 3140, the famous 3148.
How does this work? Because Derek hates music. Do you know this?
Just hates
like
music.
one time I had my
Just as a
phone playing
category?
music, walking into his house, and like he looks at me, gets all stern. He made me turn it off.
I don't hate music. I value quiet.
He just doesn't like joy.
Right.
Smiling is really overrated.
He's like, let's do statistics. Give me some calculators.
There's a reason that Greg has only invited me to one concert outside of his own, and it was pretty great. We saw the Trebuchets. They were very good.
Right? This is Derek's term for the raconteurs.
Yeah, the raconteurs.
Oh, I haven't heard about these people.
I kept calling them
They're
the
from
wrong
the French
name.
Revolution. Yeah. Okay.
Can we discuss, because we brought this up a few podcasts ago. I know you heard it because you're an avid listener of the Weatherboys podcast.
Who's not?
We talked about your agent, because you guys have an agent, and I find this story to be fantastic.
It is a fantastic story in the literal sense of the term fantastic, and that I think you've made it up.
It's not real.
No, you do.
No, I do.
Okay.
So, well, kind of. We work with a record label.
That's what it is, a record
It's not
label.
exactly
That
an
feels
agent.
more impressive to me, who
Yes.
doesn't know anything about the business, actually.
I kept hearing British agent, and I was like, is it
He
007?
did say
What
that
are we talking
several.
about?
He said
Lots of
several times.
Okay.
British.
I know.
He was like,
It's
he's
about
6'2", and his name is Ralph. Very specific.
British record label.
Yes,
you guys
there's
are
an indie
signed
record
with
label.
a record label. That's what it was.
I don't care. That sounds more
We work
impressive.
with, the Animal Farm. It's like an indie label out of London, and they do, they help us like do a lot of the mixing and stuff for the tracks and releasing them and things.
But they have discussed with you doing a tour in and around England.
Sort of. It's kind of on the bucket list. We'd like to be able to do something because initially we were meeting with him and he's like, I mean, I can't get you any gigs in Michigan. I'm like, I don't know anybody in Michigan. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. He's like, if you want, I could set you up like gigs around here. I was like, that would be kind of cool. Like,
Sounds like an agent to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're describing.
Yeah, if we
Call it
got
what you
together,
want.
that'd be great. You go out there and like record maybe a single in their studio and then do a little pub crawl kind of thing to the 8 people that would be out there. That'd be neat. But
Yeah, but how fun would that be?
It'd be a
To
blast.
just bounce around from British pub to British pub and just play for a week and a half and then fly home? I mean, that's a trip of a
And your
lifetime.
kids are getting older. You're going to need to up the ante.
Yeah.
Dad's going to need to be an international artist. So this is good timing. Okay, how did that happen? How do you stumble across this British record label agent?
I think it's like any story with the band and the trajectory that it's gone. It's all Jason, our bassist. He just at some point doesn't realize that maybe he shouldn't be asking for certain things. So he just like sends emails to people and shoots a shot, and then suddenly we're like, oh, we're not playing in the basement anymore. That's interesting. So yeah, I mean, he got connected with him, I think, online somewhere.
Wait, and he's the bass guy who shouts in your face?
Yeah.
If you guys are, I like him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I like it.
What's next? I mean, you guys have really grown a lot in the last half a decade. I mean, are we cool with this? Do we hope one day to be a huge international rock star and you can not be a lawyer anymore, or what would be perfect for Greg Jones?
The huge international rock star thing, I think that ship may have sailed.
No.
I don't know if you've looked at the charts lately, but there's not a lot of aging lawyers on it. But
that means there's room for you, and there's no oversaturation.
That's true. Yeah, who needs this Taylor Swift lady?
Yeah.
Like, that's old hat. Yeah.
Forget Chapel Roan.
yeah.
We want the 3148s.
Yeah, exactly.
Singing Chapel Roan songs actually would be kind of great. Yeah.
Whatever.
Now, we're working on a few things. One, we've got a couple of songs recorded that we haven't yet released. We're kind of working on putting together like a full album. We've otherwise just sort of released things in singles and little EPs and stuff. So we want to do an album and press a record. We're talking about maybe even expanding this thing that we're doing in terms of various fundraising, like this Lollapalooza event. We're kind of working toward potentially just getting a 501c3 out of it and being able to do things kind of additionally throughout the year.
You could also just trick people into buying Lollapalooza tickets, thinking that it's Lollapalooza.
That was the second year in a row that it happens to fall on the same weekend as Lollapalooza in Chicago.
Little trickery for charity.
Yeah.
That's fine in my book.
I'm just waiting to get sued on the IP.
Dude.
Which would be the best.
You're a lawyer, man.
That's what I thought.
We would cover it on Fox 2. No question about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not satisfied with an answer, though, because you, anytime an adult, like you guys started this band when you were how old? Give or take. We're talking...
but 30s.
30s.
Yeah.
I just love any time an individual, a professional individual who has some prestige, you're a lawyer, you're a family man, you start playing, and then you go take your road out to give it to the world. And like that can be like a scary thing. Like I asked you what's scarier, to be a lawyer and a prosecutor or whatever you do in the court, I don't know, or be on stage like, I don't know, whatever, they're both kind of okay. Shut up. That's got to be terrifying to put on those pants and do the back thing that Derek described on the stage in front of all these people. Mm-hmm. Like what was it? Do you not get nervous? Did you in the beginning? What was that like?
You get nervous here and there, but it's less and less. You do it more and more, and the more things that go wrong, the more you're like, oh, all the things that could have gone wrong went wrong. So,
sure.
And nothing bad happened, and it's also nice about playing your own music and not necessarily covers. You play a cover and you mess it up, people are like, oh, you messed that up. You play your own music, they're like, oh, they just wrote that bad. So it ends up
okay.
They're like, that was intentional. You get. I mean, it's like anything. You get used to it, and you start off playing in like small little bars where nobody's paying any attention to you, and then by the time you're playing a 400 cap room, you've done it a bunch, and it's mostly your people who like you and care about you, and they're there, and you lean into it, they'll like it.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Greg, when you guys write songs, I'm sure over the years you have musical inspirations. And I guess question number one, what are those?
What are my musical
Trebuchet.
instruments?
Yeah, like who? Like
Trebuchets for sure.
The trebuchets are high. I know they are. I saw them with you.
I was always a classic rock guy, Big Zeppelin and everything like that. I dig all the like turn of the century indie sleaze stuff, the Jack Whites, and a little bit of punk here and there, and just sort of eclectic, all over the place, I guess.
But you will go to concerts 5 nights a week if you could, and you see all different kinds of bands. You just saw one that stood out as kind of strange.
What's that? Ghost?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Ghost? Yeah,
Why are they
Ghost.
weird?
I mean, he described it to me.
They're
I was
like
picking up my dog, and he described it to me. I'm going to this concert where...
It's like melodic Swedish hard rock.
Okay.
I mean, not quite metal, and the guy dresses like a demon pope, and they mostly just sing about the devil. It's a really good show. It's worth seeing. Even if you listen to the music and you're like, I don't know, the live show is amazing.
Okay.
Literally everybody I've ever known that's gone to a Ghost show is like, I'm going to every Ghost show I ever see. So yeah, it's
so you don't have to be a follower of Satan to enjoy the music.
Yeah, no, you don't.
No.
I mean, it helps. It
Okay.
helps. But just like anything fun.
So one of the big metal rock influencers of the last 40 years, Ozzy Osbourne just passed away. When something like that happens so close to a show, and this is a big show that you guys have been planning for a while, do you say, guys, we've got to figure out a way to write something in that will...
you might be getting to a couple spoilers here. I think we may have given it a try. So you might see that at the show. You have to
look at
come check
that.
it out.
These guys are pros. They can turn that set list on a dime and add whatever they want.
I believe that.
Yeah, we'll see. Initially, I was like, "Oh God, that is really close," and then we had a couple ideas, and we thought, "All right, we have to try that. That's gonna.
That's
gonna be cool.
creative though. That's what I love about you guys. Like you're not scared to like change and veer from the plan when something does present itself. Is there a venue here in Michigan that you say, if we can play that venue, we'll have made it?
That's an interesting question. There's lots of venues I'd love to play, and some of them that just seem like that would be insane. I mean, like if you're playing something like Pine Knob or whatever, that'd be awesome.
Let's go number one. Shoot for the moon, man. Get your bassist on the phone. He'll
Ford
get
Field.
you there.
Yeah.
Quarterback, Ford Field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
St. Andrews are always good. I've seen lots of cool shows at St. Andrews. That's always a good place too.
Yeah, St. Andrews.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the law?
Yeah, we sure
Because
can.
I've learned a little tiny itty bitty bit over the last couple of years. Not much. I don't know much about it. I've always thought of the law as like, yeah, it's this thing that's out there and it's subjective truth and it's fair for everybody all the time. And then a couple things happen, and then you're like, wait a minute, that thing is true and legal and what? And sometimes you start maybe to feel angry and disillusioned. This is your world. And obviously, like, it's way more complex than that. But like, what do you do when you get pissed? Can I say that word? Am I allowed to do that? It's too late. I already did it.
It's our podcast.
Yeah.
Get your dump button going. Yeah, sometimes I catch myself because that's the thing. I tell clients all the time, I'm like, look, you want a lawyer who cares about you, but doesn't care so much that they're influenced in their, objective reality. I got to be able to give you good advice. Like if something bad happened to my wife, she gets discriminated against at work, she gets hurt in a car accident. I think I'm a great lawyer. I think I'd handle her case great, except it's my wife, and I'd be really personally upset about it. I could not be objective, and I'd be really angry, and that would cloud my ability to practice law. So you got to catch yourself because sometimes that does happen. You get tied up into a case and somebody says something and you're just like, but it doesn't really help.
Sure. Yeah. So you separate okay.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Every once in a while, it turns into a screaming match. It doesn't happen that often. They make for good stories, but it's mostly just sitting around a conference room table and going like, look at this document. Okay. All right. Now look
Everyone
at this
has their
document.
logical hat on.
Yeah. Kind of.
All right.
Yeah.
Your guitars, you've got a great guitar collection. It seems like there was a period of time in your life where you were adding to that frequently, where it was like, I got another new guitar, but this one is the same one that Prince used or something wild. Have you take us through your guitars and then are you planning to add any more to that?
This is going to be really compelling.
Take us through all your guitars. How many do you have?
Well, he's got a couple that stand out, right? Like the purple one.
Well, no, I don't know. It's an EVH, like an Eddie Van Halen kind of signature model, guitar. I've got a PRS and a Heritage. I just got a Heritage, which is cool because they used to, basically Gibson used to build their guitars in Kalamazoo. And then they moved. And when they moved, a bunch of the luthiers, the guitar builders, they bought the factory.
Those who build
Heritage.
guitars are they called luthiers?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're briefly related to the trebuchets. Kind of
Sure.
tangentially.
Yeah. Right.
So it's really cool. It's like an old Gibson, but it's made here in Michigan. It's cool. So I just got one of those. Those are cool.
Okay.
I have a friend who I just found this out about yesterday. She has a husband who is a musician, and he has a lot of guitars. And they always get into these fights because he wants to keep them in the living room because he says the temperature profile is the best for guitars. Is this true, or is he just using stupid married logic that's not real?
Does your friend want to retain me?
Yes.
Because that will influence my opinion dramatically.
Yes. We want the truth and nothing but the truth.
That's right.
Is that a thing? Like humidity, temperature, maybe?
Sure. Yeah. It can. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Why not?
He's lying to you.
It's wood. It's a wooden
saying.
instrument. It can affect it.
Okay.
All right, we got to let Greg go. Greg, one more time though, say the all the pertinent information about the event coming up on Friday and where people can get tickets.
So it's Lollapalooza. It's at the Magic Bag, Friday, August 1st. That kicks off at 7. It features the 3148s, the Common Scolds, Cameron Ghetto, D-Rock, and hosted by Derek Hever of Fox 2.
I'll be there.
You can get tickets or donate to Kids Without Cancer at lollapalooza.org, Lapalooza.org.
And if you want a little taste of the 3148s before committing to the show, just tune into Fox 2 on Friday morning on the 9, where they will be making an appearance and they will be playing for us.
And I went last year as a sober participant, and I will tell you what, there were a lot of funny, drunk people there. So if nothing else, people watching is pristine.
It is great, and I love it because I had a few other coworkers show up because you guys were on the show and we were talking about it. And even this year, they said that was a great time last year. I'm bummed I can't make it this year. They were awesome. So it's really fun when you bring people in and you're like, I don't know if you guys are going to like it, but then they all love it. It's a great rock concert. And one thing we didn't even talk about was how you put together the whole audio video presentation behind you, which is a wild screen that you had to develop all that. And I know, some of it was other guys, but you put that all together. It's cool.
Yeah, that's one of the cool parts about the Magic Bag. They've got like a big screen that you can drop behind you and put up, images and stuff. So, once a year I have to learn how to use After Effects and cut some stuff together that goes with the songs and have that going.
Wait, so you take us on 2 visual journeys, you with the pants on the stage and behind you?
That's right. That's right.
What a guy.
Well, make sure you
what doesn't
take
he give us?
Your psychedelics before coming and it'll blow your mind.
All right, Greg Jones, lawyer based here in Michigan. Morgan Jones is the name of the firm. You can always check that out online. Also, you can listen to the 3148. You guys are on Spotify. You guys are on the radio, on Riff on Sundays occasionally.
Yeah.
Where else can people find the music?
Anywhere you get it. Basically, YouTube and Spotify and Apple and,
There you go.
We'll make you a cassette if you want.
Yes.
Greg, thank you for being here. I am very excited about the show this Friday, and I know you are too.
Same here. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. That is going to do it for the Weatherboys podcast for this week. You can always find more of our content on YouTube, on Spotify, and on the Fox Local app where the entire library is there. All you have to do is download the free Fox Local app. That's going to do it for us. Bye, everybody. See you next time.